Hello everybody, it's Lori with DIY Nails, and today I'm going to show you how I did my Cruella nails. And what you can see there is that I have dipped both of my hands actually and activated them, filed and reactivated, but on my right hand I went ahead and applied my top coat. And the reason why I did this is because I'm creating a separate video on how to use the peel base, and I've personally never used peel base on top of a top coat, so I'm using that for this video for the first time. And then when I remove this mani, I will have a completed video on how to use peel base with a completed dip manicure including top coat, and then my traditional way, which is a dip mani that's just been activated. So I've already dived right into the mani here, and I'm using Lady in Red, which is a true red. I do have several reds on my website, but this is quickly becoming one of my favorites. And I couldn't decide what to do for Halloween nails this year, and just happened to be watching the video with one of my younger kids, so decided Cruella inspired me. We aren't doing anything special for Halloween because we're still under the COVID restrictions, so why not have pretty nails? And here's onyx, which is always one of my favorites, and here's Scotch tape. I get a lot of questions about Scotch tape because I use it in some of my other videos. It's simply the easiest way for me to get straight lines, and it's affordable. So it's definitely going to be used in any video that you see of mine where I need straight lines. So this was a little tricky this time, I'll be honest, because the tape wanted to peel the peel base. So it was new for me, but I quickly fixed it, and as you'll see, I end up kind of filming a little bit off camera by accident, but very simple fix. I just grabbed my cuticle nippers and went up under where the tape was on my nail and just clipped a straight line, and the rest remained intact on the rest of my nails. So it's a quick fix. Everybody should have a pair of good cuticle nippers in their arsenal of nail stuff. So let's keep going. And a little bonus tip, because I was struggling to get onyx off of my skin. Not that I got the base coat on my skin with the powder, it was more of the pigmented powder actually coloring and discoloring my skin. And I found that I had tried several different brushes, I had tried several different soaps, I had listened to other people's techniques, and I ended up just buying a toothbrush, and I keep it at my kitchen sink, and I just scrub around my cuticles when I'm done with my mani 100%, and it removes 99% of the coloring from dip powder. So if you haven't tried that and you get discouraged because the dip powder discolors your skin, that's something that works for me. So I went ahead and activated that black so that it's easier to try to get the tape off of. And for the other half of that black nail, I'm using whipped cream, which is one of my favorite colors as well. And I use it in a lot of manicures. So I end up using it on my middle finger because I also used a new color on that one as well. So I wanted a really crisp, pretty white background for that accent nail. And here's where I realized the tape wasn't coming off. So, like I said before, just grabbed the cuticle nippers and went underneath where the tape was, and then just clipped a straight line. I wish that I would have just scooted my finger up half an inch and you would have saw it, but it was really simple. I just cut down underneath on the loose tape side and made a straight line where the tape usually would have been and just pulled up. So no big deal. My peel base is still intact, so I moved on, improvised. But here I make a couple layers on my middle finger, and then we move on for the rest of the mani. And as you can see, I'm pouring over the whipped cream as well, just like I did with the black. And this actually is just to help me prevent too much of the whipped cream getting on the black, so that I don't have to work so hard to brush that out of the black, just in case it decides to stick really well. I don't have to work so hard at it. So I just like to pour it over so I have more control of the powder. And here is the last color of this mani, and it's named Cruella. It is a black and white chunky glitter with some little iridescent flakes in there, and the glitter is all different sizes, and it looks beautiful on top of white, but it also looks beautiful on top of black. So it is definitely going to be one of my favorite accent glitters to use. And I ended up putting a clear coat on top of this glitter layer because it was just a little chunkier than I liked. So I did do that off camera. And for this mani, I'm activating with a pipette. I started using a pipette when I started, getting more brave with my manicures and using more than one color on a nail, because if you've ever done a manicure and you've done a black mani or a red mani or different color like that, and then went back and did a white mani and it tinges the white, it's kind of frustrating. So I had actually found some pipettes in my craft supply and started applying it this way. I have tried before. I used to just drip the activator onto the manicure. I also had a spray bottle where I sprayed it onto the manicure, but this way seems to work better for me, and it keeps my activator clean. It doesn't ever get glitter in it. It never changes colors. The brush never changes colors. So I end up being able to use an activator bottle all the way until it's empty without any discoloration. And as you can see, I have multiple files there as well, because I didn't want to use a file that I'd used on the black on the white, or a file that I'd used on the red on the white. So I always have a couple files on hand. And I actually didn't even need my buffing block. I went ahead and got it but didn't use it. And here I was trying to think of something to put on my thumb and my pinky, and was simply at a loss. So I pulled out just some little tiny jewels and was like, we'll do a little design in the top coat. But in true top coat fashion, it dries so quick I could only get 1 or 2 jewels on, so I had to just make sure that I glued it on with my trusty nail glue, and then I applied a second top coat just for that perfect, beautiful shine. And that is it for this Cruella de Vil inspired mani. If you have any tips or tricks or hints that you would like to share, I would love to hear them. Please drop them in the comments below. And everything that was used in my video can be purchased on DIYnails.dipsydip.com, and the new colors, which are Cruella and Lady in Red, will be available soon, so you can just use what you have on hand for that if you're going to do a mock mani. And if you do, I would love to see that. You can share it with me on Facebook with DIY Nails, or on Instagram with Lori with DIY Nails. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great Monday, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.